got by staying in this meeting. Got it space. Leave meeting button. Close button. The contents of the leave meeting. Got it but space.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Top of the time zone. I'm Alan C. You're with Johnnie J in the house, here on the Innervision FM universe. You're not going to want to miss today's podcast. Brought to you by Colorado Art Relief Fund, Immigrants, Bonefields Foundation, Chinook Foundation, Christian Brothers Moving Company, based in the great state of Texas, Englewood, Colorado, and Phoenix, Arizona. Also, Richard Damiano of the Littleton Eye Clinic. Stay with us.
Oh my God.
That's who we love, and that's who we serve.
Is it running now? Yes. Hi, everybody. This is the Godfather Soul James Brown. I tell you, this business is on. My man is on. Check him out. This is the Godfather Soul James Brown saying stay with it and hit it. Well, okay.
Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, there we go.
It's
Man,
my
what a
absolute
melody.
favorite.
What a melody, man. It's like ever since I learned how to grab those videos and grab those audios, and I got to get more of those golden hours. I thought I'd like getting more like Biden blabbering, but I said, I don't know if I can. Yeah. But I don't know. Eventually. Oh, and then wait, it's not a part of the show because I just heard it. I heard it earlier, but I didn't put it in our list of things to talk about. But I guess some illegals were fighting the police in New York.
Yeah, a couple of, what do you call them? Undocumented Americans, illegal aliens. They happen to be hanging out, and a couple of our boys in blue, our fellow police officers. Well, anyway, the police officers kind of approached them and basically said, "Hey, you guys need to move along." And so they went ahead and went off on them. Something similar happened just yesterday in Denver, if I remember correctly. I had a friend that actually saw the thing go down with his own two eyeballs. So yeah, it's definitely heating up.
Now we're up to 40,000 so far. That's the number I heard. We're up to 40,000 people.
Oh yeah, just in the Denver area.
And I heard that Lakewood is thinking about taking some of these people over there and putting them up for free.
Yeah, Denver is, it's going to be a little bit difficult. They are looking at cutting some state benefits and getting a little bit of a clawback on the federal benefits for the citizens of Denver specifically, but also other folks in Colorado. So do expect for your benefits to be potentially, allegedly cut in favor of our newcomer friends.
By the way, you should go down and register to get your Tabor funds.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you got to go down because I just had some friends who went down and did that. Now it's $800, but and it will be directly deposited. But every little bit helps, I guess.
That's right. That's right.
So go ahead and do it. And then it was something else. Oh, you ever seen that or heard that the musical West Side Story?
I did back in 7th and 8th grade. As a matter of fact, we were encouraged in our music and choir stuff to do the West Side Story. It was one of the most torturous experiences that I've ever been fortunate enough to go through.
Oh, I was listening to one of the songs, which I guess the lady who did it in 1957. I guess she just died yesterday at the age of 91. But I heard these lines: "Everything's free in America." What? Even back then, they were pushing free.
Johnny, I was thinking about this the other day. I ran into an old high school friend from back when I was living on the western slope near Vail, Colorado. Shout out to my friend Sean and a shout out to my friend Keith. We used to hang out in early high school, ninth grade, and we were the sort of outcasts. We were the lovers of the Lord, and we were definitely into all this. But I bring this up because when we were encouraged strongly to in seventh and eighth grade, actually it might have even been carried over into ninth grade because we had similar music instruction from one school to the other. But me and Keith were learning this part in West Side Story, and those lyrics still, even today, stand out to me. Everything free in America, la 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 la, and I'm just like, I can't stand, especially everything's free in America. Just like,
Yeah, like where did they get that concept? So even back then, I guess, and then what they call them the anchor babies,
right.
and somehow that has to be changed because, of course, they say, well, we can't separate the mother, and then we can't separate the dad, so we'll just look the other way.
It's
And then
interesting.
the more babies they have, of course, like in the regular welfare, the more money you get.
That's right.
And it's almost like, so this, ladies and gentlemen, this has been going on for a while. And maybe because it doesn't affect you like, how can I say it? It affects you, but it doesn't affect you. Right? Because if they're living over there, out of sight, out of mind, but you're over here, but it's coming out of your taxpaying, out of your taxes. Somehow, I guess they don't break it down to like this tax is for the welfare, this tax is for income, this tax is for the slush fund of the Republicans and Democrats, and this I don't think they break it down like that. But
what isn't secret is that corruption does have a way of coming out. And so, I think we're in a very wonderful time where
oh yeah,
people are starting to wake up and really understand and realize that the stuff we're being fed isn't all necessarily the best for us.
yeah.
And we are searching for the truth, no matter what the truth is.
Yes, and tomorrow in the Denver capital, Alex Valdez, which he was my opponent last year, well, 2 years
Yeah,
ago,
yeah.
who's this is his last term. He's putting up another bill for $150,000 to study. No, to study recycling vape pens. Yes, I think that's what it would say. So they want to do a study, like, is this something that would help to recycle vape pens? And
I
some,
was thinking about this because I used to smoke cigarettes. And of course I used to when I was wanting to quit, I switched over to a vape pen. And these things, even the disposable ones, not the desktop ones that you can use over and over and just refill them, but even the disposable ones, well, they've got a battery, of course. So there's small amounts of lithium in those batteries. Um, I don't know how many people we got in the state of Colorado. Uh, but if you were to take just a demographic of 5 to 10%, I'd figure maybe 5-10% of folks vape, and spread that across the whole state of Colorado, 5 to 10%. There's potentially hundreds of thousands of vapes in need of being recycled, I guess. Interesting because
but they have to study it.
You have to study it. Oh, heck, here's what I'd do. Just here's a recycle bucket. Look, we'll give you coupons for your next purchase of XYZ vape juice or whatever like this. Just go ahead and put it in there. This way, there's no study needed. What are they studying? Like how to recycle it? The what did the article say that you were reading?
Oh, it was just that this lady, she's a part of the Senate, or no, I think she's either in the House or something to that effect, but she's going to be down there testifying against taking this money for one of Alice Valdez's cronies, and so she's going to be down there. So I'm trying to find out the time, so I don't know if it's at 10 a.m. or what time it is, but she was saying that she wanted some people to come down and be in support of and since I'm right up the street, I thought I would go down.
Yeah, what the heck? Why not?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm still amazed that I am back in my hometown. Like I am literally 3-4 miles away from you now.
Hey, yeah. Yeah.
Pretty
It's
awesome.
not that far, yeah.
No, not
Yeah,
that far
so
at all.
that's no, you're gonna get hooked up with the RTD accessoride and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Or
so yeah, as soon as I get all my paperwork put together, I've got the applications and stuff all square, and everybody's emailed and just waiting for stuff back, and then I got to switch primary care physician, blah 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 blah. I mean that
oh
kind of
man,
stuff. So
yeah. Oh,
yeah, it's a
and don't
hurry up
forget,
and wait game.
yeah, don't forget put in for that tax relief. Why not? Sure,
Absolutely.
why not? Shoot, yeah.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Yeah. So and this it was something else that was hmm something that is too irritating, like that Jeannie lady bragging about how she's going to spend that $83 million. Huh. That was kind of irritating. So I'm not really interested in that. And then this news reporters uh fake news once again saying, oh, he was convicted of that. Now, you know what? And I think I talked to you about this. I think this is because this lawyer was someone no, this judge was someone that Bill Clinton appointed. Remember when during the Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump debate, and he had those 4 women that Bill Clinton abused in the front
Yes.
row? I have
Yes.
a feeling that they're coming back at him because of that.
Yeah, I have no doubt that that's
Oh
a
man.
piece of what's transpiring with this Jean Carroll thing. The jury had acquitted him of the R word, yet
Hmm.
the presiding judge over the case dealing with the settlement was all but calling him
Yeah. Yeah.
that
So
word, you know. And so it is interesting because if the lady can't even remember what year this took place in, you would think that if some traumatic event like this happened, you would know day, time. Like I remember
you would
June
think,
13th, 1996, my brother came over to my house and he wanted all of his stuff. And I says, well, you just showed up the night before and stole $5 and a pack of cigarettes. And I remember the battle we got into. And I remember 9:32 a.m., June 13th, 1996. I mean, that doesn't go away.
yeah.
So, I don't know.
And I can see it. How long this is? This was like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember I see it in April. That's when I separated from my wife. I remember that and I said that's over 30 years ago. I remember that. And I'm kind of thinking, just certain things stick out.
That's right.
Certain things. I can remember going to California, and I met this blind lady named Cherie, which she was. I had flown her here to Colorado, got an apartment. All that, I remember that. Now, I'm not the swiftest guy on the ballpark, but I don't. There's just certain things that you just remember,
That's right.
and I don't know. I just think it was just a whole farce. Bill Clinton's stuff, that wasn't a farce, but
No,
nobody. I think one of the ladies even died, so she never saw justice.
you never saw justice. That's right.
But there is a God and there is a heaven and there's a hell. So you may get away with stuff here on earth, or so you may think you got away with it. But I think that I have a feeling that there will come a time where you will face, the judgment. So,
This is true. I mean, there is accountability. This is one of my favorite sayings. There's accountability, whether it's here or in the hereafter. You're going to be held accountable. So, best to just go, do your best to do your best.
oh yeah, definitely. So, well, and then should we talk about the Zuckerberg or the fake impeachments, or let's talk about the fake. Let's talk about the fake impeachment thing first.
Well, Mayorkas is impeached. The border is still open.
Yeah, and they're talking about they're going to impeach Joe, and I said, okay. Now they have somewhat of the votes in the House, but no votes in the Senate,
Right.
and it's going to be like the same thing with when they impeached Donald Trump. They didn't have enough votes
That's
to
right.
get it across the goal line, and and Austin, this guy, he didn't tell anybody, and can they say, well, maybe he was embarrassed about this, maybe it was something that in the area that he was raised in the South, they just didn't talk about like stuff like this. Then I heard like Martin Luther King's youngest son, who was 7 years old when they assassinated him. He died of prostate cancer. I think it was just last week.
My.
And it's like, and I heard an interview with one of his brothers and I think his sister. There was some organization that they started, which I wanted to see if I can get him on the show, because it was something about what I was hearing them saying on the show, and I should have took notes because it really irked me. I said, I got to get those guys. I got to see if I can contact those guys, and once we started talking, I'll remember. But anyway, so I don't know why they would say, oh, this impeachment because he didn't tell, because he was embarrassed. The president, and I don't know, man. It's like a lot of stuff is going on in our White House that is unusual.
Yeah, definitely unusual. I mean, very fascinating.
Johnny Johnson connected to audio. Johnny Johnson has joined the meeting.
So it looks like we'll just have to keep ourselves in the loop as to these impeachments. Don't know much about Lloyd Austin, whether they'll go ahead and go with an impeachment. These others, will be much like the Trump impeachment. I would imagine they won't go anywhere. It's basically theater for the people to, for the folks on one side of the political spectrum to make it seem like there's something being done. And then, of course, on the other side of the spectrum, it's being used as a tool for division. Oh, you can't impeach this person or do this to that person because, they're just doing their best and it's not their fault, kind of thing. And
Okay.
actually, you guys are extreme, in this kind of thing. So I don't know, bud.
Okay. Am I back?
You are back.
Okay. I think we had a power surge here.
I saw that.
Yeah. So anyway, all right. Well, I know I didn't pay my electric bill yet, but it's not due until the 11th. So
Oh, speaking of electric bills, yeah, our electric bill's a little high this time around as well.
it
So
is
just
here.
in case,
My electric bill used to be $25 a month.
yeah,
Now it's $100.
yeah, that's something that's pretty normal for people's utilities to have gone up 3 to 4 times what they were paying just, a few years ago. Uh, just a side note to this, a little bit. The other day, Janet Yellen, who is the
Oh yeah.
yeah, she's a lovely person, but she basically had said, "Look, the prices that you enjoyed a few years ago, they're not going to come back. They're not going to come back down. You're just, you guys are just dreaming." The Federal Reserve today did keep everything steady, no rate hikes, no rate reductions. But, for me, I think it's a little too early to even tell what's going on with regard to that. We've
Hmm.
got the stuff with Texas going on. Uh, some people believe that not enough is being done to protect our southern
Southern border,
but or our another northern border towards Canada for that matter.
Hmm.
But it's just a matter of um,
Did
well, it's a
you
matter of
did
go
you hear
ahead.
the guy saying, like, you guys are stupid and you don't even know who I am, but you will. Oh, should I grab that?
Yeah.
Oh man, girl, that sound like, huh? Yeah, he sound like he's up to something, but yeah, man. When this stuff starts popping off, will American people say, "Well, we forgive old Biden for being inept and letting this happen," or will people be madder than a hot dog and say, "Where is he? Where is he? He's in the White House. Bring him out here." Oh man,
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below on whatever day you're watching this. This is actually going to air a little bit later than some folks have might already seen this live. But toss us a comment,
yeah.
like our show here, and let us know what you think about this
Yeah.
situation. What would you do if you're president?
Yes. And yeah. And what if you had a person in your family that was, you know, experiencing a little bit of dementia and stuff like that? Would you put them in a leadership role as far as like, or even like say, okay, we're gonna go driving and I'm gonna have you drive, even though I know you're a little bit,
Little
out of it, I'm
impaired.
gonna put you in charge of driving, and I'm gonna sit here, and if you run into trouble, I grab the wheel. That's what it is. It's like, yeah, it's like, yeah, we got all these backseat drivers.
Well, it's even worse than that, Johnny, because it's
Hmm.
like driving with a dementia-riddled grandpa, but you've got the family of children in the back of the van. And
Hmm.
so the children are then tasked with voting on whether grandpa can make a left or a right or go straight. And so, first off, grandpa's hard of hearing.
Hmm.
The children are unruly. In addition, none of them can agree upon which road to take. Let's go left. No, let's do
Oh man.
straight. No, let's go right. So, old grandpa at the front seat doing the driving, hard of hearing, he doesn't hear left or straight or go right.
He
He's just
just
doing
gets
his own thing.
plowing in. Yeah,
That's right, going a
definitely.
mile a minute. And
Wow.
so, yeah, it's pretty insane. We do need to come together. So if there's any prayers that I could make today, it would be that that we
Hmm.
all do find some way to unite, find our commonalities, celebrating our differences. Okay, great, we're different in this way, that way, and the other way. That's fine, but definitely we need to find our commonalities and unite.
Oh yeah. And I know a lot of people, you're busy living life, you're working, you're doing all the stuff, you're raising kids and all that kind of stuff. And thank you for the people that have recently subscribed. I think it's been about 3 more people. So thank you guys. Please, Cash App us, $ Innervision, then capital J, help support us. But something I heard today, it was very surprising. This guy, I mean, I think it was doing, I forgot which senator it was, but he says, the people behind you that are hearing this thing, some of the kids have been hurt by your website, and that is the Facebook. Will you tell them you're sorry? And I couldn't believe it that this rich guy who's pretty much smugged pretty much a lot of the time actually got up
More meeting, collapse.
Sounds good.
Open up, share.
and
Video setting. Stop my video. Audio setting.
he
Currently
apologized. I couldn't believe it. And it was cool to see, this rich guy apologizing.
base.
But-
Audio now.
But it was and he didn't take the mic, and say, okay, I'm gonna say this, and then the mic, he turned around and said it, and I want to hear more about that. But of course, we may not hear anything about that.
I doubt we'll hear too much. I mean, you had Lindsey Graham and you had Josh Hawley popping off in this hearing. And
Hmm.
Lindsey Graham telling Mark Zuckerberg he effectively had blood on his hands, which that
yeah.
guy's called. That guy is, man, it's the pot calling the kettle black there.
But he kept saying, we know we can't sue. You can't be sued.
Yeah. He probably mentioned that 3 times in the space
Yes.
of about a minute and a half.
Yes. So it was like saying, hey, it's all right, even though you have blood in your hands, business as usual.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, And then this last one, because we're almost at, I mean, it's such a minute thing. I remember when Cardi B was being interviewed by Joe Biden, not
do.
Ice Cube, which had some really intelligent questions to ask this guy,
Yeah.
but they found the most inarticulate, the most criminally minded, because if you remember, she said that she used to get guys drunk and roll them for their credit card.
Right.
Oh,
Absolutely.
it's a pillar of society. And so last time he used her, and this time I guess they're trying to push Taylor so they can use her. And who knows if she's a willing participant, or maybe maybe you get so far into the music game, they say, hey, you want to keep the money, you want to keep this fame, we can pull the plug, or you can go along to get along. Right?
Yeah, well, that's absolutely interesting. I mean, if you've got a gentleman like George, George is some rich guy, and he went ahead and bought all of Taylor Swift's catalog. I can
Yeah.
just imagine with all that money, and says, now look, I got your music catalog. We're going to go ahead and make sure you either play by the rules or you get blackballed. I don't suppose she was all that happy back in 2019, but by 2020, she was singing a different tune and flying a different flying a different flag. And so a lot of folks really got to wonder, what's Taylor Swift doing back in the news just as an election year kicks off?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, this is really crazy. And what do you have to say? All right.
I would say don't forget to leave a comment down below. What do you guys think? Like, share, and subscribe. And if you'd like this type of content where we will cover political stuff, let us know.
Yeah.
Info. Go ahead.
On Facebook, I like to thank a lot of people, I guess, like one of our shows, whatever. and we got a lot of new members over there on Facebook. So hey, and then we get a lot of good stuff over there on LinkedIn as well. So want to thank you guys over there, LinkedIn and all that kind of stuff for watching the show as well.
Shout out to our folks on the Western Slope in the blindness community there. Shout out to our blind friends
Notification from www.
and neighbors all throughout the nation and throughout the world. Zollywood Universe is taking off. A guy by the name of Latavo in South Africa, a gentleman that we've been working with, is really sticking it, just getting out there and realizing his vision and his dreams as a blind content creator. Info at innervisionfm.com is the best way you can get a hold of us at Innervision FM. Johnny's put together a school, and if you want to know more about that, shoot us an email, and we'll put the information into your hands.
And also, we're selling the what was that called? The Terra Cleanse.
Very clean.
Yeah, Terra Clean. That's KLEEN. And also, Tony Niggert's his album is going to be released on for streaming. I think, well, not streaming, but where you can put it in his put him in your Spotify.
Oh wow!
So so a lot of stuff is happening, and I got to remember to say all this stuff because it's like so much stuff that we're doing, and like I said, we're still playing like some of the sponsors of last year, and so I'm going to be writing some grant proposals here soon. I'm just waiting for me to get some more IRA minutes, which it is what it is, and it's so nice to have these foundations call me up and say, "Are you going to submit another proposal?"
Right.
And that's kind of nice because I've been doing this for a long time, and you very rarely get foundations calling up and encouraging you to write another proposal because they funded you last year and they want to fund you again. So I'm going to meet with my accountant this evening and put together that stuff and do all that fun stuff.
Awesome.
All right. But anyway, hey, we'll see you guys next week. Have a fantastic weekend. No matter, it looks like it's going to get a little chilly here on Saturday, but
The
hopefully we'll get
Pineapple
to-
Express something storm supposed to hit the West Coast and disperse, create some sort of river of cold air. Boy, we're in for it.
Oh man. All right. Well, hopefully it won't be that bad. And I plan on getting another one of those all natural cherry pies. If you
Oh,
can
no.
believe that.
Hey, how'd that come out the other day? Johnny tried that.
Fantastic. Even though I cooked it
That's
at like 100 degrees lower, because it was set the bake at 450. I baked it at 350. I mean, it came out well.
Did you increase the cook time and all that stuff a little bit?
A little bit, but I just cooked it longer.
Yeah.
I just went like like a half an hour, about 40 minutes longer, and it was pretty good. I mean, it was gone in one night between me and my wife.
Hey man, speaking of food, really quick, man, shout out to my friend Sherry. She gave me a really killer idea. I like oatmeal cookies. I like oatmeal raisin cookies. And last night I saw a recipe that she was doing for oatmeal gumdrop cookies. I'm like, I must be sleep deprived and not seeing that. She said, no, they're good. So I'm going to try that out this weekend. Maybe I'll bring you some when I get those done. We got to meet up next Tuesday anyway to go to that library, right?
Yeah, and we may have somebody else joining us, but we'll see because I didn't want to spend because they're coming all the way from Littleton downtown. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with that.
Right.
But it's another singer who wants to put together some music, and we'll see what happens. All right, you guys. We're gonna let you guys go. I mean, you know our schedule and our weekend, and we hope you have a fantastic one as well.
God bless.
All right.